So in the previous lecture or say previous session, we have calculated the bending moments, right? So from the moments, now next step is to calculate the design steps, right? We need to design the beam. So as we all know that the beam is designed as a flexural element, right? So flexure design, we are going to start. So for design, we want bending moment. So first, we're going to design a rectangular beam section, right? So for span AB and CD, right? So first we're going to do it at the mid span. AB and CD, right? Because these both are similar, right? So at mid span, we have calculated the maximum bending moment at mid span, right? Maximum bending moment at mid span, M max, that we have calculated in the last session, which was we get the value as 87.32, right? This was the mid-span moment that we calculated in the previous step. So if you do not know how this value is coming, please refer the previous lecture, right? And we have the width of beam, that is 230 mm, and let us assume the depth of beam. Assume the depth of beam, that is capital D, as 450 mm. Capital D as 450 mm. Right, so we can find out the effective depth of beam. Effective depth of beam is 450 minus cover. So let us take 50 mm, right? That is cover minus diameter divided by 2, right? So let us take effective depth as 400 mm. So we got your effective depth as 400 mm. Then if you remember, for M20 grade and Fe415 grade steel, for M20 grade and Fe415 grade steel, mu limiting value is 0.138 FCK BD square. 0.138 FCK BD square. This is for M20 and Fe415, right? So as you can see in the data, we have this value of M20 and Fe415. So mu limiting will be 0.138 FCK BD square. So let us put the values in this. 0.138 FCK is 20. Width of beam, my width of beam is 230 into 400 square. So quickly calculate this value. This will give you your limiting bending moment. So we are getting this value as 101.56. 101.56 into 10 raised to 6 Newton into mm, and convert this into kilonewton into meter because this is moment. So 101.56 kilonewton into meter will be the value of mu limiting, right? So we have two moments, maximum moment, this is also called as mu, and we got the value of limiting bending moment. So here we have a case of mu is less than mu limiting. Mu is less than mu limiting. So when this case arises, when your mu is less than mu limiting, it is called as singly reinforced beam, right? So therefore, design my beam AB and CD at mid span, right? We are going to design it at mid span as singly reinforced beam, right? This is designed as singly reinforced beam, right? So now to do the design, we need to see SP16 page number 48. Page number 48, right? We need to calculate mu divided by BD square. So which value of mu we are supposed to take? Whether we need to take this mu, whether we need to take mu limiting, right? So for that, we are supposed to take the minimum value, that is 87.32, right? So 87.32 into 10 raised to 6 divided by B is 230, D is 400 square. So we got this ratio as 2.37. So from this page number 48, we are supposed to find out the value of PT for 2.37. So let us open the code. page number 48. So this is the table number 2, right? So for 2.37 MUBD square, 2.37 values which comes around here, 2.36 and 2.38, in between 2.36 and 2.38, and for FY415 the PT value is between 0.781 and 0.790, right? 0.781 and 0.790. So let's go back to the board. So if you do the interpolation, you will get exact value as 0.785. 0.785% is your value of percentage of steel, right? So once you get this PT value, next you are supposed to find out the AST, right? Next you are supposed to find out the area of steel. So quickly calculate the area of steel also. Now these are the repeated steps, right? So I just go quickly. So AST is equal to PT BD by 100, right? So 0.785 multiplied by 230 multiplied by 400 divided by 100, right? PT BD by 100. I'm getting this answer as 722.2 mm square. That is AST required. This is AST required. So now based on this AST required, we are supposed to find out the number of bars, right? So let us assume 16 mm diameter bar, right? Let us provide 16 mm diameter bar, 16 mm diameter bar. So area of one bar will be pi by 4 into 16 square. Area of one bar will be pi by 4 into 16 square. So how many number of bars will be required to incorporate 722.2? So for my calculation, I will require 4 number of bars. So calculate this value. This is area provided. So I am getting this value as 804 mm square. So if we provide 4 number of bars of 16 mm diameter bar, I get my AST provided is 804 mm square, which is okay. You can provide more number of bars of lesser diameter also, but minimum diameter of bar that we can provide in beam is 10 mm. You cannot provide less than 10 mm. That is for the top reinforcement. For bottom reinforcement, we generally provide 12 mm, right? So this is AST provided. So therefore provide 16 dia bar, 4 numbers at bottom at mid span of AB, where we are going to provide at bottom and at mid span of AB and CD, right? So we are going to provide this 2 bars at bottom and mid span of AB, right? So this is for span AB and CD at the mid span. Next we are going to find out at mid span of BC, at mid span of BC. So let us calculate that. The procedure will remain same, right? Only the values will be different, right? At mid span of BC. Next step, at mid span of BC, so at mid span of BC, right? Next is at mid span of BC. So here also we have mu value, which is 19.05. mu is 19.05 kilonewton into meter. Then next we need to calculate mu divided by BD square. So mu divided by BD square. So here we are not calculating this MU limiting because we know the value of MU limiting already, 0.138 FCK BD square. So here MU is anyways less than MU limiting. So this is again a singly reinforced beam only. So we are not checking it again. Alright. So we are directly going to the next step, that is 19.05 into 10 raised to 6 divided by B is 230, D is 400 square. So if we calculate this ratio, which comes out to be 0.52, and we need to calculate the PT from SP16, page number 48, table number 2. So I'm not going to show you this again, right? So you can refer your SP16 and find out the value of PT from table number 2, page number 48 for MU divided by BT square ratio 0.52. So as per my calculation, I am getting this value as 0.149. 0.149 percentage is the value of PT that I am getting at midspan of BC. Now, the general steps are that we are going to calculate the area of steel based on the PT, but you need to refer the IS code for this minimum amount of steel required. Right? Minimum PT. Minimum PT in beam is 0.204 percentage. Right? 0.204 percentage. This is minimum required. We cannot provide less than this value. Right? We cannot provide less than 0.204 percentage in beam as a tension reinforcement. Right? So, and if you check the value 0.149, which is less than minimum, right? So in this case, what we are supposed to do for Fe415 grade steel, minimum PT is 0.204. This is given in IS 456 2000. You can refer IS 456 and the page number also I can tell you. Page number is 47. Right, so let me share the screen with you. Page number 47, IS 456 2000. Let's check the code. IS 456 2000, page number 47. So this is my IS code, and if I go to page number 47, yes, here it is. So this is for compression reinforcement, and minimum shear reinforcement is also given. Alright, and just a minute, let me check. Right, AS divided by BD is equal to 0.85 divided by Fy, right? So this is AS is the minimum area of tension reinforcement. We are using this formula. AS divided by BD is equal to 0.85 divided by Fy, right? So AS will be equal to 0.85 divided by 415 multiplied by 230 into B into D, right? So B is 230, D is 400. So if we use that formula, you can find out the minimum PT that we can provide that is required. The value is coming out to be 0.204 using this formula, right? AS divided by BD. So please note down this formula. AS divided by BD is equal to 0.85 divided by Fy. AS divided by BD is equal to 0.85 divided by Fy. This will give you minimum area of tension reinforcement, and there is a limit for maximum reinforcement also. The maximum area of tension reinforcement shall not exceed 0.04 multiplied by B into D, that is 4%, right? So for Fe415, so let us calculate on board to make you understand that how exact value 204 is coming, how this value is coming. So in this, AS will be equal to 0.85 multiplied by B is 230 multiplied by 400 divide by 415. So let's just calculate this value this way, so you can get an idea that how this 0.204 value is coming, right? Generally it depends on the grade of steel. Mostly it depends on the grade of steel plus the dimension of your beam. You can observe the formula, right? This type of questions are asked in the interviews, that minimum PT depends on which parameters. So main parameter is the grade of steel, right? For Fe415 grade steel you are getting this value as 0.204. If I change the grade, the area of steel required, minimum area of steel required will also further reduce, right? So you can verify your answers, you can calculate it in your calcs, right? I would request you to calculate it yourself, right? I'll give you a few seconds for that. Alright, so this is one of the way how you can calculate the area of steel, right? Minimum area of steel required, minimum PT required. Right? This is page number 47, right? So therefore we are going to provide this minimum PT 0.204. So AST will be 0.204 divided by 100 multiplied by B into D, right? So you get this value as 187.68 mm square. This is area of steel required. So we need to select a diameter of bar in such a way that area of steel provided is more than this value, right? So if I provide two number of 16 mm bars, so area of steel provided will be half of this previous one, right? So which is 804, I think. Yes, so it is 402 mm square at bottom. This will be area of steel provided, which is more than the area of steel required. Now you can say, sir, this is so much higher value, but we need to provide minimum 2 bars in the tension zone also. Second thing, in the previous beams, that is AB and CD, this is the middle beam, right? So we have selected 16 mm diameter bar. So if we select 12 mm diameter bar, then there are chances of wastage on site, right? So we try to select a diameter of bar in such a way that it is uniform throughout, right? You can say, sir, we can provide 12 mm diameter bar here. For calculation purpose it is fine, but for practical aspect it is not fine, it is wrong. You can have a lot of wastage on site, right? So we generally try to keep a uniform diameter bar throughout the span of the beams, right? For all the spans of the beams. So here we have selected 16 mm diameter bars because we have selected this diameter for the previous design also, right? So AST provided is larger than the AST required, but we need continuity in the diameter of bars, right? So therefore provide two number of 16 mm diameter bar at bottom span of span BC, at bottom of span BC, right? So this is how you can calculate the reinforcement at mid spans. This is how you can calculate the reinforcements at mid spans, right? So I hope it is clear to you how to calculate this. So in the next session we are going to calculate the area of steel required and number of bars required at the supports, right? So we have calculated the support moments using the moment distribution method, right? So we are going to use that values in the calculation of the area of steel, PT, number of bars at support. So thank you so much for watching. Keep practicing, keep learning new things, and we'll see you in the next lecture.